Hey guys, can we stand by again for that same place?
All of theater is collaborative.
There you go.
Nice.
I'm often in a room with a lot of people saying crazy things,
Everybody has a say in how the whole piece works together.
Whenever you're ready, Debbie.
seeing how they react, and hoping that somebody else comes up with something crazier.
We have a pigeon on stage that's a puppet. No one's going to look at mom and dad, no matter what.
What do they put on funny hats?
And noses.
I'm always making sure that I'm thinking of my audience, but never thinking for my audience. That's my guiding principle.
You guys, let's stand by for the same thing, please.
That's how you come to such a great, rich product, is because there's so many creative minds working together.
Knuffle Bunny, Knuffle Bunny, Knuffle Bunny, yeah.
I'm Mo Willems, the author of Knuffle Bunny, a cautionary musical.
I'm Rosemary Newcott, the director of Knuffle Bunny.
There was a point at which people thought that Knuffle Bunny, the book, could be a play, and I thought that that was a terrible idea because the lead character can't speak.
Aggle, flaggle, clabble, womby, flappy, snurp. Aggle, flaggle, clabble, womby, flappy, bnurp.
Matter of fact, it was so bad that it had to be done. It had to happen.
The way the picture book moves its way into a full-length play is that we really kind of expand the story.
When I wrote the book, there's something called backstory. There are things that happen in the characters' lives that I know about, but I'm not going to tell my audience about. So the first thing that I do is I start to expand on that backstory.
You see, sadly, when it comes to Daddy, things can go badly. I could have married Bradley.
So there's a lot of that that's going to be reimagining on a bigger scale and expanding the text.
My characters in the books don't break out into song, but in the theater you do because you're saying something about this internal relationship.
Walking Dad with his girl, oh what a surprise. I'll show you the world if you look through my eyes.
What's the same is it's about these characters and how they relate to each other. What's different is I can really deal with the emotions of the character.
Yeah, you'll see lots that's new. You'll see the whole town. I can show you, but please just slow down.
There's a huge amount of stuff that we don't deal with in the book, which is what happens in the laundry machine.
So the whole idea is, Dad is a little bit inept, and here he is taking her on this big journey to the laundromat, and it's the first time he's ever done it.
Bye-bye. See you later. He won't last 5 minutes.
And as we all know, I don't know if I want to give away the story, but if you don't know, the Knuffle Bunny gets lost in the washer. So Mo just imagined, how about the whole world of inside the washing machine? If Dad has to really go into the washing machine to save Knuffle Bunny, how does that happen?
So now we've got weird giant pieces of clothing and underwear and pants and shirts battling people in a way that you would never do that in the book. But in a play, it works because it's silly, it's physical, it's real.
That bunny will be found and I will find it. Stand back. I'm going in. Do not try this at home. Rah!
So then you have to have the conversation, well, how do we do this? This is not a two-dimensional piece, it's a 3D piece. So the set designer and I will have conversations about, how do we track on the washing machines? What do they look like? So what did you have?
I just had a question which may or may not have any use. Yeah.
And I know he had a lot of, he and the dramaturg, Megan Allritz, had a lot of conversations about this before they actually sat down, pen to paper.
When does Mo get in?
Mo's in tonight.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
He's going to see the
He's going to see the dress. So.
The fun thing about writing a play that is different than writing a book is it is a lot more collaborative.
Great. Let me look at the bounce a minute. So if the pigeon bounced.
Yeah, I could do that. Yeah, absolutely.
And then,
like she's playing with a doll. Yeah. That works too.
Theater never stops being a collaborative experience.
When you write a book, you have an editor. You've got somebody to bounce it off of, but you're basically by yourself. When you're doing a play, the director has great ideas, the composer comes up with funny ideas that we hadn't thought of.
Anything I missed?
When I drop the bunny, it can be like, oh, and I just let it go. Because it got a laugh. I mean, like we did the run. So
You might want to solve the problem in one way, but an actor say, you know what? I think Dad would do this at this moment because I have really thought through what Dad feels.
Gone yet. We would love for you to, if you start swimming.
Oh, look, I'm getting ready to leave again. Yeah. Sweet. I'm happy to do that. Okay.
And it'll end the story.
I'll get you out of here.
When I hear the actors in rehearsal or in workshop saying the lines, maybe they'll improv something and that sparks an idea. So it's an incredibly collaborative event.
So what can the pigeon do that's a dancy?
Does the leg thing like that?
Oh, yeah, that one. That's
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Paige.
I don't know if the bunny can do it too.
I would rather do it than have the bunny do
At this point in the game, it's my job to say that works or that doesn't work. I think it's the collaborative nature of the art that makes it powerful. So each person does have a different idea in a certain area. There's a lot of elements. There's a lot of different people who come together to make it happen.